Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and Chag Sameach. We're all getting ready for the wonderful, glorious festival of Pesach. Already this morning in our preschool, our students had their Pesach experience, and it was quite the experience as they reenacted the story of Passover from Moses in the basket going down the Nile to the crossing of the sea. We even talked about the 10 plagues, but in the preschool we say punishments. And you know, this is one of the punishments which they love. This is our frog. This is Freddy the frog, always a big hit. So we're getting ready for Passover, and it's incumbent upon all of us to tell and retell the story of our people who were freed from slavery and attained freedom. And we tell that story over and over again to remember where we came from, to remember our past. I know at our household we're getting ready for Passover already. The matzo ball soup is cooking. In any case, I wanted to point out one or two things that you might be able to use at your Seder to enhance the telling. First of all, one of the most dramatic moments, of course, is when the Israelites, 600,000, approach the Sea of Reeds. They're being followed by Pharaoh and his horsemen and his chariots, and they're trapped. They're trapped between the Egyptian army and the sea. And that will happen over and over again in Jewish history. However, this time, Moses raises his staff. You know the story. Anticipating something to happen. And we know that nothing really happens until one Jew named Nachshon ben Aminadab decides, I'm not waiting around for any miracle. I'm going to start swimming. And when he starts swimming, that's when the sea opens. In other words, God meets us halfway. We have to do our part, and then God does God's part. I believe in miracles. I believe in the miracle of the sea, and I believe that miracles are around us each and every day. We just have to open our eyes and open our hearts. Another part of the Seder involves the dipping. You know, there are two dippings. We dip the parsley, the green, the spring-like into the tears, the salt water. And then later, before the meal, we mix the charoset and the moror. That's another dipping. It's said that the first dipping reminds us of when Joseph's coat, who brought us down to Egypt in the first place, not because he wanted to, but he was sold into slavery, when his coat is dipped in the blood, that's the first dipping. And when blood is put on the lintels, over the doorposts, over the doorways, to spare the Jewish homes, that's the second dipping. And also one other thing that I might add, we have a cup of Elijah. That's often misunderstood. The cup of wine is not for Elijah. It's for Elijah to decide once and for all whether the Seder includes 4 cups or 5 cups or 5 cups or 4 cups. That's always been a discussion. So the cup is not for Elijah, it's for us once Elijah makes that determination. And, you know, we anticipate Elijah, especially at this time in the coming of the Messiah. And that's our hope, our prayer, that we will help do our part to make this a better world, a kinder, gentler place, where we will see everyone made in the image of God and treat them so. So going through our calendar for the weekend, we will have a 5 o'clock service in the chapel. It's a half-hour service. Mary and I will be leading that. A beautiful way to start the festival. The next morning, there is the Pesach morning service, which follows Torah study. So that's at 10:30. And then at 1 o'clock, we have the Just For You in support of special needs service. A beautiful weekend as we initiate Pesach and remember our story and remember what we need to do as Jews as we move forward. Shabbat Shalom. Chag Sameach.